Weekly tech feature. This week we're talking about Apple's new products.
Yeah, we're also looking at what the Apple CEO had to say about personal data that's being used against people.
Theories everywhere. Tech expert and publisher of Stuff magazine, Toby Shapshak, joining us this morning, as he usually does. Morning, Toby.
Good morning. I also found out in high school I could write.
In high school?
Is that why you're editing a magazine?
Literally write your
I'm
name.
just not a novelist. There's just different kinds of writers.
Of writing, yeah. Let's talk about Apple first, this revamp that has happened. They've been revamping their MacBook.
Yes, so very unusually for Apple, they had another event where they announced even more products. And of course, the one of the products that they're most known for is the MacBook Air, that very light computer that Steve Jobs famously pulled out of a manila envelope on stage a few years ago. And the MacBook hasn't had an update, or the Air hasn't had an update for many years. And it's had a very big refresh. They've added the same Retina screen that all the other new laptops have, this fancy new keyboard that you can see in the background that's thinner, lighter. My wife says I still type very loud on it. Everyone says I type very loud on it. I learned to type on a typewriter.
Welcome to my club.
Exactly.
He bangs those keys. I wonder if that keyboard even survives by the time he's done it.
Exactly. And the other thing that updated is the little Mac Mini, which is one of the best little products. It's a tiny device that is a full computer. You plug in a monitor, obviously a keyboard and mouse, and off you go. And it's a really great upgrade. But of course, the thing that everyone's really talking about is they've updated the iPads.
Okay, finally, after a long time.
No, these are something they update regularly, but the latest upgrade is all about the Apple Pencil, which of course is the accessory. You can see it on screen now. That's the older version. The newer one clips to the side of the iPad and charges from the iPad. The old one, you had to pull the lid off the back and plug it in the lightning port to charge it. The other significant breakthrough that Apple has added USB Type-C to the ports of the iPad. Most people are going to go, huh? What does that mean? But it is a massive sea change. USB-C is reversible. It does both power, data, and video signals. So all of the new MacBooks, in fact, all of the new computers have this new USB instead of you having to make sure it's the right way around.
I just can't keep up.
It plugs round. The great thing is now you can use your iPad to charge your iPhone.
Okay, well, Apple is still very much, we're still sticking with Apple because there are some comments.
A warning from the Apple CEO himself, warning that our personal data is being, in his words, weaponized against us with military efficiency.
Yes, I mean,
well,
of course, this is the year where our social media innocence has evaporated, hasn't it? After Cambridge Analytica, after all the scandals, Facebook had 30 million users' details hacked earlier this year. So what we've realized, and what the world has realized, is that we are the product. You know, the use and the ease of use of using Google, of using Facebook, of using YouTube, of all of these services depend on the fact that we are giving them all of the data about our personal lives, our preferences, where we live, what car we drive, what cell phone we use, what movies we like. All of that stuff has enabled Facebook and Google to sell us advertising. And of course, it doesn't belong to us. It's our information and it's being used against us. And that's why he used this phrase weaponized, which is what Tim Berners-Lee, the man who founded the World Wide Web, the man who invented it and made it possible for us to do this, had said something similar late last year. So what he's talking about is an industrial complex, industrial data complex. And I think he's totally correct. I mean, that's the reason I wanted to discuss it this morning. We live in a world where we are the product. And we've been so happy and accustomed to it. We're kind of like the frog, right, in the boiling water. We've been slowly heated up to the point where we're all baking and boiling. And we've suddenly realized just how dangerous it was. And because it's someone like Tim Cook, who as the CEO of Apple, the company that made personal computers sexy, that made smartphone sexy, that started the smartphone revolution with the iPhone in 2007. For him to say this has been a real shift in terms of what everybody has been thinking around it. And of course, he's not wrong. This information is being used against us, about us, and we should be worried about it. And of course,
we're vulnerable. We're very vulnerable.
Yeah, you got nowhere to hide really once you got a digital footprint. That's what it means. Thank you very much,
Thank
Toby.
you.
That's a tech expert and publisher of Stuff magazine, Toby Shapshak.
All right.